will take you through that process. Now, the reason I'm saying it's important to log into your accounts, if you haven't got an account with us yet here at Highlight Crafts, please open one. It's free to do so, which you would expect, but it automatically and for free makes you a member of Club Highlight. And that means that on every single order that you ever place with us, whether it's for £5 or £500, you will get a discount. Doesn't matter. There's no apart from this or apart from that, you will get that club discount. You're then going to get 5 loyalty points for every £1 that you spend, and they can be built up and used against a bigger purchase, or you can use them as you go along. And if that basket spend is over £35 after discounts, we'll pay you postage, so that postage amount can go towards something else for you, for your crafty stash, which is great, isn't it? Right, shall we have a look at our deal of the day? So what we've been doing recently is many years ago, we started bringing you tattered lace USBs. So the story starts when we first launched ScanNCut, which will be 10 years ago next January, so not far off 10 years. And Stephanie came up to me at CHA, which is the big trade show in America, and she said, right, if a customer buys a tattered lace die, they can die cut it, scan it in, save it to the machine's memory, and then play around and manipulate it. She was the only one that, well, actually, no, another company did, and then they backed out 10 minutes later. But we started doing that, so that was great, but you still had to buy the dies. So we then went down the route of doing them on USBs. Now, every file on every USB that we bring you has been tested, and it's been tested on the CM600, because we know that that's a lower spec machine. It opens less paths, it reads less shapes. So we know that they all cut beautifully. And then once we'd done the USBs, the artwork kind of just sat there. So we said, why don't we bring them back as digital downloads from the archive? So that's exactly what we've done. Now, I've selected these 4 for you. They all come with Charisma, if Charisma was available originally, which means that you will get that lovely coloured artwork to go along with your cutting files. You can draw them, you can foil them, you can emboss with them. In fact, I'll find that embossing later on. It's lovely, really pretty. So what we've got for you today is our deal of the day. I have to get my words right. Deal of the day. So what we're doing now every day is we're bringing you a special deal that is limited for that day and that day only. And this is one of those. So normally we charge £24.99 for each one of these as a digital download. Now you're getting 4 in here, you're paying for 1 and you're getting the other 3 free, which is brilliant. Or you're paying £6.75 for each one. You take your pick. Doesn't matter, does it? Either way, you're not paying £24.99 each. And if you only need 1, you might as well get the bundle, because you're going to pay the same price, if that makes sense. Right, let's have a look at what we've got for you then. So we're going to start with our 3D Decoupage Volume 2. Now, this was the point where I went, right, we have to now work out how to do Charisma for ScanNCut, because it drove me crazy that we're walking to the Create and Craft Studios and you see all these wonderful finished samples with all these beautiful 3-dimensional flowers on, and we couldn't do it. Anyway, when we work that out, this is one of those USBs. So you've got your flowers on there. You've also got Hermes, you've got jasmine, you've got lavender, you've got lily. Not our lily, but fairies are lily. You've got Nature's Beauty, eucalyptus, so you're getting all of these different foliage. You've got your French rose, you've got another little ballerina down there. And if you look at her skirt is the poppy flower head. And then these are your embellishments that you build up, your decoupage layers. You're then going to get the most beautiful orchid. You've got a Get Well Soon, you've got corners. That, I'm going to try and emboss that this afternoon, because I think that is stunning. And then we can colour it in with the pens that we've got on the show. We've got mimosa in there, you've got ivy, then you come down to really lacy elements, really big beautiful rose. You've got characters on here, so you've got Rita and Rosie, you've got a rose, you've got sweet peas, you've got a tray of love with bacon on, you've got all sorts of different stuff in here, and that's just the first sheet. This is your second sheet. This is where, and we're going to do one of these in this hour as well, where you get these beautiful shapes with the flowers entwined through them, but then also the decoupage layers as well. So I'll show you exactly how that works. You've then also got Aphrodite in here. You've got anemone. That is lovely. The anemone is beautiful. You've then got different blossoms. You've got carnations in here. You've got a clematis. You've got daisy. You've got an owl. You've got a fox. You've got a deer. You've got bunnies. All of that is 1 out of the 4 that you're going to receive. And don't forget, there's no postage on this because it's digital. So the sooner you check out, the sooner you can be crafting. Now I have to say, this is one of my favourites. So we've got Happy Holidays, because maybe you don't live next to somebody that celebrates Christmas, but you want to send them a card. So Happy Holiday is perfect. Then you've got Merry Christmas, Peace on Earth, Season's Greetings, Winter Wishes. I love these, where we've put the words inside that Christmas tree. You've got Christmas, you've got the stockings, you've got the Art Deco greeting, which is gorgeous. You've got the massive snowflake, and again, you get the matte layers for this, so you can matte layer them, build them up, make them dimensional. You've got a snow globe. You've got everything you need to make a nativity, which is lovely. You've got ivy, you've got different Christmas trees, you've got presents, you've got bells, you've got snowflakes, but this is the one that I wanted to show you. Now, this isn't all of the printables, but I just wanted to print some off because I looked at that yesterday and I was like, there's no way we can fit all that on one sheet, surely. No, we've broken it down for you. So you start off with the berries. So this, everything I'm about to show you, plus the holly, is in that one file. So you're going to get your berries. You're then going to get your poinsettias. You're also going to get your mistletoe. You're going to get your golden key with the bauble. You're going to get the bells with the bows. You get the bows individually, and then you get everything again in this colourway. Honestly, this is tremendous, tremendous value for money. And it's our deal of the day, so you're paying for one, and you're getting the other 3 free, which is great. So you've got all sorts of different things. Wreaths in there. You've got some flecked hair. Now, flecked hair was an image that then had a band that went across the bottom. And at the ends of that band were little notches. And in the middle of that band were little slits. And you just slot them in, and it created this curved front. It's lovely. So you've got that in there. You've got the floral stag, which I am desperate to emboss because the detail in the antlers is really quite extraordinary. You've then got your nested snow globe, but you haven't just got your nested snow globe. You've got that in 5 sizes, but you've got it in over 200. You're then going to get 8 extra snowflakes that you can use. They'd be great with your paper piecing. You've also got your holly. You've also got a little sprig of foliage, and you've got the individual holly leaf. Now, if you watched this morning, you would have seen me split a shape. If you find out how wide that circle is, and you don't even need to measure, it'll be the width of the SVG file, and create a circle, position that over and punch it through, you will then be able to have the base separate to the globe. So you can really, really start to play around with it, which is fab. This is the poinsettia. Now, this is lovely. It does come with reflections, but I'm going to show you making it out of card either at this hour or the next hour, probably 6 o'clock tonight. Right, so you're getting all of that and then all of this. I know it's a lot, isn't there, for £24.99. Love that. Robin swag. You've got your Season's Greetings, Noel, you've got your Robin Redbreast, you've got your Rockin' Robin, you've got this one which will be lovely on a rocker card. You've got all your embellishments for your sweet treats. You've got your Christmas Winter Town, so you can build that up. If you've done anything like the concertina card that we've done, that will work perfectly with that. You've got the church, love that. That out of the holographic vinyl would look absolutely amazing. Look at these 2 snowflakes though. How stunning are they? If you're somebody that's got that vinyl in your craft stash, please cut that out of black and put it on construction weight acetate and then colour behind it. It will look incredible. You've got your holly, you've got your Unity bauble, you've got your Unity sleigh, you've got your stocking, you've got a beautiful diamond with the Christmas florals on. That winter frame is phenomenal. Look how many detail lines there are in that. That's crazy. Winter Wonderland and Wonky Parcels. Then we go on to this one. Now, this is the best of volume 1. So on this one, you've got afternoon snooze, we've got a barbecue, we've got books, we've got a burger, we've got crouching stars, we've got a chef's hat, you've got your cool breeze, you come down here, you've got a happy hamper, you've got all of these beautiful ladies, French fries to go with your hamburger. You've got these, which would look incredible, foiled or on your vinyl or your embossing. You've got all of these down here, so all of these lovely detail lacy designs that go all the way through. Nature's Bouquet scroll is stunning. You've got your gypsophilia in there, your ferns, you've got your bleeding hearts in there as well. Then we come on to this one. So you're getting all of this too, which is fab. Some really beautiful lacy designs in there as well. And look at the elements there where it's just got the butterflies coming up the diamond. So you don't need to have to use everything together. You can split these out and use them individually as well. Then you're also going to get something for everyone, and this is a really eclectic mix. You've got everything from beer to arcs, back to school, baking, you've got bears, you've got champagne glasses in there, you've got cocktails, you've got a camper van, a good luck charm, you've got different keys. If you've got the steampunk this morning, think about cutting some of those out and using them with that. You've got headphones, all sorts of different designs in there, and then you're also going to get that little lot as well, which is fabulous. So if you want that, my friends, shop SVG, $24.99 for all of that. That is blinking brilliant value for money. I said to Katie yesterday when she came down, and she said, shall we do this tomorrow? I was like, yes please. Can I have it at $29.99 again? And then last night I said, did you do the price I wanted, Katie? She went, actually, I did you a better deal. And she did. And don't forget that $24.99 is before your discount. Then you'll get your points back. Mad, isn't it? And no postage. Right, I just want to show you a couple of cards that our lovely Louise Patton has done. How gorgeous is that? So this morning I started a card. I've actually stuck a bit of it together just to show you. Look how different it looks. So we've got exactly the same sentiment. Look how completely different it looks with the gold compared to the craft. So we split the snowflake and welded it to the sides of the cards. What our lovely Lou's done here is use the characters that are on there and made it look like a very, very elegant Christmas card. How beautiful is that? Then, look at this one. So this is one of those that's on there, all with charisma. That's the game changer for me, because then it doesn't matter whether you've been crafting for 30 days or 30 years. You will still get that same result. Then it's just down to layout and composition. But also I'm looking at that. That looks like a really beautiful ornate fence. If you look at these railings here, looks lovely, doesn't it? So play around with them. And then I have to share this with you because there is a little bit of Halloween in there. Just put the light on. I don't know who's done this. It's probably our Lou again. Look at that for your Halloween. I love that hand. Look at that coming out. Brilliant. Right. Okay, let's talk paper, shall we? Because if you're going to use your charisma, you're going to need some paper to print it onto. And we have that for you today. So you're going to get 100 sheets. Now, you've got a £2 saving on this, which brings it down to $10.99 before your discount. Please stock up on this. I had a panic a couple of weeks ago. We ran out. I was like, what do you mean we haven't got any 140 pure print? Are you kidding? Tom's like, oh, I haven't got any. I was like, right, get it while we've got it. So pure print is a brilliant card and paper stock. So we do it in 250. That's what I would use with the alcohol markers. We also do it in 140. Now, because the ScanNCut has a straight blade, when it cuts through, it exposes that white edge. So I always work on 140. There's even a drawer in the main printer in the Creative that's allocated to that weight. And the reason for that is because it's thinner, and because we give you the decoupage layers, it's much nicer to work on a thinner paper so you don't see those white lines as they start to build up, because some of the decoupage is really quite full, which is lovely, but what you don't want to be seeing is all these white edges. So shop 40 will get you 100 sheets for $10.99. While you've got that £2 saving, please grab that, okay? So don't miss out on that one. Right, let's talk accessory kit, shall we? Because we did these this morning. I don't know what I've done with that embossing. I bet I've left it in the other room. I'll bring it back in later on. Embossing starter kit. So I went to Brother and I was like, we need to do something for our parchment crafters. And they were like, oh, okay, what have you got in mind? So I wanted them to be able to, so the story behind this bit is I used to work in a craft shop. Used to teach classes in a craft shop in Blackburn. And on a Monday afternoon, we'd do scrapbooking, and Monday morning was parchment craft. And the number of times I stood in the other room getting stuff ready and I could hear them all going, blinking heck, I've just got to the last bit and now my pen slipped. Oh, I can't do this, my hand's really hurting. So I thought, you know what, this is a great way. So they came up with this mat it's only thin. It goes onto a regular mat. I just leave mine in situ. I allocated a mat to it and just leave it. And it's like a very, very thin layer of memory foam. So when that ball tool that comes in your kit goes in and gently presses on that parchment, it stretches those fibres. So when I'm using this, I'll start with a pressure of -1, let it go around and then let it rest for a minute. Then I'll go around for a second time with the pressure on 0, and then I'll go around a third time with the pressure on 1, and my speed is on 4 because I want it to be nice and slow and precise. So in the box you're going to get your mat. You're also going to get 2 pieces of craft metal, 1 in copper, 1 in silver. You're also going to get your holder that has the barcode on the back so it knows that you've got the embossing tool in there. And then you get 2 ball tools, one that is 1.5mm and one that is 3mm. I tend to use the 1.5mm more than 3. And then you get a little activation code. Now, I need to just clear up a few things. If you've bought your embossing for your, sorry, I've got other conversations going on in me as I'm getting distracted. If you've already bought this for your CM machine, are you all right? Yeah. If you've already bought this for your CM machine, you do not need to rebuy it again. And you do not need to reactivate that code in Canvas because Canvas doesn't know that you've upgraded. And just having those files there, all you need to do is literally switch it on, okay? Just simply switch it on. And then it will work on your machine. So if you want this, Shop Embossing, $65.99. Remember, you'll get your discount off that, you'll get your points back, and you won't pay postage if that basket's over £35 after discounts. Right, so Shop Embossing will get you that. Shop Foil, is it foil or foiling, Lily? Do we have a question I can answer on air?
No, I've just got it.
Okay.
Oh, good. There we go. Sorry.
Shop Starter, $43.99. Now, if you do want to foil on top of your reflections and you haven't got the foiling starter kit yet, please treat yourself because it is brilliant. Inside, you get another activation code. You get your glue pen that is numbered. You also get your foil pickup tool. You get your little holder that your pen goes into. 2 burnishing tools that are exactly the same, Brother just know that as crafters will lose them. And then you've got a gold and silver sheet and your burnishing sheet. Okay, so that one is Shop Starter, $43.99. Right, I want to talk to you about this cardstock. Now, I wouldn't recommend this on ScanNCut just because of the way that it's manufactured. Because the top layer is bonded on after the card's been made, it wants to flick, because of the blade, it wants to flick the top layer off. But for your mats and layers, for your foiling pen, as in your foiling, oh, actually your foiling would work on here. Okay, that's an investigation for this afternoon, I'll try that. But this is a brilliant price. So we've taken £8 off the price, and it was only $17.99 to start with. You're going to get 24 12 by 12 sheets. So you get 4 in red, 4 in blue, 4 in gold. That gold is beautiful. It's really opulent. It's lovely. Then you're also going to get a gloss white. You then get a silver, and then you also get black. And the black is a high gloss as well. It's like the door at Downing Street. It's that shiny. It's fabulous. If you want that, Shop Chrome, $9.99 will get you that. Stock up on that and use it for your mats and layers. Seriously, it's a really good quality product. Right, let's talk about pens, shall we? Because we have got some fine liners for you, which are gorgeous. This is my set. Make sure I got myself a set. And they're from the brand of Royal and Langnickel. Now, Royal and Langnickel are a very, very well-renowned and, what's the word, distinguished art brand. Okay, so you're going to get 48 of their fine liners. They fit in the universal pen holder. You will need to put some tape around the barrel because the barrel is actually triangular. And I love pens like this. It's like our craft knife because it fits ergonomically in your hand, but it's brilliant on your ScanNCut. So it's got the 4mm nib width. So take the pressure right off when you're drawing with it. But they are lovely and really smooth, and they're gorgeous on the back of your embossing. So if you've got your embossing, they are beautiful on the back of that parchment. So if you want those, shop fine, $19.99. Right, a couple of really quick ones for you, but these are really, really good value. So if you haven't got them, please get them into your basket. This is the Quirky Bird set of nested storybooks. Now, I thought we'd done this as SVG files years ago, but we haven't. So you're not just going to get these sizes, though, of course. You're going to get all the different sizes that you can make on your ScanNCut. Now, what I love about shapes like this is, yes, they're book pages. However, they're also a card shape. They're also an aperture. They're also a frame. So think about that. You could cut the aperture in the front of your card and have all the book pages coming from inside. It's just a great value SVG set, £2.50, and you'll still get your discount off that. I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it? So shop book will get you that. Now, we've also got this in on the show as well, and this is lovely. If you didn't get this last time, please put this in because you've got so much versatility within this. So your tattered lace pearl edges. So first of all, you've got a beautiful edge. All right, let's forget that they're nested. You've got this beautiful, delicate edge down here. Lily, can we put the details up, please? That means you've got a whole set of nesting shapes. So you can create outward and inward offset lines. Now, I would only go so far with one size. So I might go 2 out and 2 in on that one, and then do the same on that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And then resize in between and do it again. Just spend a few hours just creating files. Then you can take away the outside edge and just have the detail cut into your cardstock. That would look fabulous too. And you get them in squares, circles and rectangles. You can also split these. So if I wanted to put this with this and create a header card, you can do that as well. Shop Pearl, it's £4.50. So for £7 before your discount, you could get both of those and you'll still get your discount off and your points back. And it's digital, so no postage, which is great. Right, shall we go and have a look at this snowflake? So earlier on today, we selected one of the snowflakes from the from the download. And we made something with it this morning. We attached it to the side of that rectangle to make the card shape. What I want to do now is show you the other things that you can do with it, and then we'll jump into a demo with some of the florals. Might do a quick recap in between because we do get people joining us all the time. So I'm going to drag, so I've imported the file and I'm going to drag this so it selects everything, and I'm going to group that together. So now I've got a snowflake, and now I can make it bigger. So, oh, God grief, I don't know what's going on with my hands today, but they're not happy. We're going to drag that out. So let's make that, let's say we make that, I don't know, 6.5. In fact, I'm going to be really precise and do it in here. So 6.5 inches. Now the aspect ratio is ticked, which means that it will then automatically resize the width for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate it. So I've got 2. I like to do that because I end up coming up with all these different things as I'm doing this, and then I haven't saved enough and I've got to go back and start again. So let's click on this one. Let's ungroup this to start with. All right, so first of all, we've got the outside edge. So I'm going to duplicate that. So I've got a spare one of that as well. Now, straight away, if I bring this over here, that's an aperture. That also, if I just turn it, let's have a look, if I turn it that way, can also become a card shape. because then you're creating that symmetry. So you're going to lining up that way, so you've got your 2 bits at the bottom. But what I want to do is create an offset of this first of all. So you've got that. Let's see what happens when we create a 1mm outward offset line. Select it first, Melanie, it helps. So we'll go in here and we'll create a very narrow, actually we'll do 2. Yeah, we'll do 1. I want it to be outward, but I want to leave the original as it is. So straight away, oh, I didn't do that, did I? Oh, Melanie. Oh, right, let's try again. Oh, yeah, I did. Right, let's do this. Sorry, today. I say that every day. Today's a day. Right, 2mm outward, leave it as it is. There you go. It did what I asked it to do. I just didn't ask it to do the right thing. So now you can start to see immediately that you're starting to create your mats and layers here as well, which is fabulous. So let's just undo that because I want to create a wider one for this. So I'm going to go into Edit. I'm going to create a 2mm outward offset line and delete the original this time. And we're going to play around with this first of all. No, actually, we'll do this bit first. So now I've got that, I know that I've got my matte layer and I've got a duplicate of everything else. So I can get rid of this now. I don't need this. Now, straight away, you've got another doily there. So I'm just going to get rid of these little circles like that and just delete these off. Just because I don't want those involved in the next process. Ooh, making sure I don't pick anything else up while I'm there. So we're just going to go in and we're going to delete all these off. Okay, so now it's not a snowflake design anymore, it's just a doily. But a beautiful doily, right? So we've now got this. Now I want a matte layer for that. So if I drag over all of that, go to Edit and group it together, I'm then going to duplicate it, so I've got 2. So I'm not fighting with all the bits when they come out. And we're going to create a 3mm outward offset. All right, so I'm creating a matte layer now. So if we go into here and do 3mm, get hold of that. Oh, come on, there we are, 3mm outward, and delete that off. Let's see what we get. Oh, I quite like the idea of drawing that, colouring it in. That'd be nice on parchment. Do stuff like this because that's really cool and it's like spirograph when you're a kid. Love that. Right, so I've selected everything now. We're going to weld it together. Now, it might need 2mm, it might need 4mm, it might need 5mm, whatever it is. If you make it bigger so that it'll all overlaps and welds, you can then make it smaller. So now I've got this lovely design. If I then decide actually what I want is it a little bit narrower, I can do that too. So if I go into here, I can then create a 1mm inward offset line. So let's find you there and delete the original. Oh, actually, we'll keep the original as it was and press OK. So I've now got the 2 layers. So I've got that one that was this one that was the bigger one and that one that was the smaller one. So now I've got another design. So if I select all 3 of, in fact, if I make that one, no, we'll just do it this way. If I put that one over here, come on, grab, there you go. So you can see lining it up, super simple. In fact, I'm just going to grab all 3 of them, edit, and align it centrally vertically and align it centrally horizontally. Now I've got all my mats and layers for what was a snowflake but is now a doily, which is brilliant, isn't it? I love that. I think that's fabulous. Right, so we can do that with it. Now, the reason I created this is because I want to show you how you can make this into a gatefold. So you imagine you're going, well, I'll show you, but this is one where you're going to have a gatefold card, and as you open the gatefold, the snowflake is inside the back of your card. So to do this, I'm going to bring on Basic. I'm going to go into the square and I'm going to decide how big I want my card. So if I want my card to be 7 1/4, I think. So if we go into here and make that 7.25 and close that down, I'm going to let the width do its thing because I'm just going to stretch that. Now, when I'm doing this, I also need to allow for the fact that we are going to need to put a spine down here. So if you want to put any writing or sentiment or decorative elements on there, just make sure that you're allowing for that spine. Next thing I'm going to do is grab both of them and make sure that they are central, so centrally horizontally, so it puts it in the middle of there. And then while they're selected, I'm going to divide it. So I'm going to punch that rectangle through that snowflake. So now I've got the left-hand side of that, that gatefold card. And get rid of those and delete that off. So now what I'm going to do is duplicate this. So I've got two, flip it, so it's back to front, and that is the beginning of your gatefold card. So now what you would do is align that so it's right next to each other, and then put your score lines in. So just put your straight lines in or use a scoreboard, whichever, but that snowflake will then fit inside of that aperture, which I think is brilliant. So it means that you can do that as well. Right, so let's just move these over here so you can see we've got that bit. Next thing I'm going to do is bring this back in, and we're going to divide this. So we're going to punch all those pieces through that back panel. All right. So if we go to edit and divide like this, that's going to punch all those pieces through. Now it's done. We're going to remove the outside edge from there. We're going to get rid of all of that detail because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to bring in another square. And we're going to make this. Now we're not going to use this rectangle or square at the end, so it really doesn't matter how wide it is or how tall it is. All we're using it for is to split that shape. So now it's one shape because we've divided it and got rid of all those waste pieces. We can now split this so that we've now got half of a snowflake, which is fabulous. So let's get rid of that. So now if I wanted to make this into a header card, if I rotate this 90 degrees, and do that, I can then weld that to a square. It gets better and better, this, doesn't it? So although you're buying this as one file out of all those that we've brought you, right, let me find out how wide the snowflake is now. So that is 6.5 inches. So I need that to be 6.5 inches too. Now, because I've rotated it, I think what I need to do is change the height because it recognizes that it's been rotated. Oh, that was a bit too big. Wow, that was wide. Okay, no you don't, you do it the normal way. Okay, that's another thing I've just learnt. Still finding new things all these years on. Right, so let's align this. So we're going to select both of these and we're going to align it so it's centrally vertically this time. I'm going to click off it and just make sure that that is overlapping enough to weld, and then we grab both of those and we go to edit and we weld those together, and then you've got your header card. I mean, seriously, that's one file, guys, out of all of those different ones that you're getting. So we've created a doily, we've created a gatefold card, we've created a header card, we've split it in half, which is fabulous. So if you just wanted that half cut into your cardstock, you could do that, and that's one file. Now I'm not saying that you can do that with every single file because some of the files will be slightly different, but this is a brilliant opportunity to get a massive amount of files for your digital library for a small amount of money. So if you've got $24.99, don't forget you could use your points. You could take your you'll get your discount back or off, you'll get your points back, and you won't pay any postage. That, for me, it's worth its weight in gold. I think that's just a brilliant opportunity to get a lot. Right, so I'm just going to show you the decoupage section of this first, and then I'm going to do a recap because we just had a bit of a, I'll do it this way. Sorry, trying to think about what I'm going to do tonight as well. Right, so when you print off the decoupage on this particular one, if I just put this back into situ on here, and I've kept it on the mat so that you can see it. So we've cut all of these decoupage layers out. Now what you'll see on here is that you've got A, B, C, A and C. All right, so these are all your different roses. And then when you look on here, you've got C1, C2, C3 might be somewhere else, C3 is up there. And we've done it so that we can fit as many as possible on that sheet for you. So all you're going to do then is pick out the different decoupage layers and stick them onto the corresponding rows on here. So if we just do a couple of these, the easiest way I find is to leave it on the mat. It's just easy. Work from your mat and work onto here like this. So that piece is going to fit on there like that. Okay, so I'm going to use my pin flare glue gel for this. And this is also, so you've got all your 3D elements on this download as well, which I think is stunning. And the reason that we do these download archive shows is we have sold so many ScanNCuts since these came out that people might have missed out on it. And I don't want anyone missing out on Tattered Lace Floral Decoupage because it really is beautiful. I'm then just going to curve this one and I'm going to do the other C while I'm doing that. So my brain works quite logically sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So I like to work and do all the C's first, or all the A's or all the B's, whatever works for you. And then I'm just going to shape these and build this up. And then I'll do that recap. And then tonight I'll show you how I did all the matte layers for it as well. So this is, I've no idea where I've put my tweezers and it's driving me a little bit crazy because I can't find them. And I'm not happy about it. It might be in my pinny at home because I forgot my apron this week. I know, that was disastrous. But I was halfway up the M65 and I was like, I'm not turning back now because I was teaching yesterday. I was like, I can't be late, I've got to be there. People are rocking up. We had a great day yesterday. We did a beginners class. It was lovely to meet you all. So thank you to those of you that came and joined me yesterday. We also had the festival on over the weekend. That was busy. I believe you enjoyed that as well. And our Jane did her first ever teaching. Stephanie said she's an absolute natural, which I think is lovely. And she enjoyed it. But she said to me, oh, isn't it tiring? I went, yes, Jane, welcome to our world. You don't think it's tiring? Seriously, it is. By the end of the day, you're like, right, I need to sit down in a dark room. But it's brilliant. So we had our festival. Now, we did have a few people miss out on the festival. So if you want the one that's coming up in December, you can find that on the details of that on highlightcrafts.com. So all we're doing now basically is building up these layers. All right, so I've done all the C's. Now I need to find A1. So A1 is here. I'll just do this last little bit and then you'll know what you're doing from there on in. I'm sure most of you have been doing this longer than I have, to be fair. And then we're going to just, now that one's going to go there like that. So having it numbered and labelled really helps. And then when it's all done, you just peel it out of there and you've got that beautiful design. How fabulous is that? Now I'll finish that off and then tonight I'm going to show you how to make it into a card. But I did say to, I'm sure it was Pauline, that I would show you how to line up the detailed designs with your reflections, because we brought out the foiling last week where we've started to put a little cross on our reflections so that you can line the detail lines up perfectly and accurately for your reflections. So we'll do that in a minute. Right, I'm just going to go down here and just recap, because I don't want anybody to miss out on this deal. Live shopping here at Highlight Crafts on a Tuesday. We do 3 ScanNCut shows, one at 8, one at 12 and one at 6. So you're very welcome to come and join us. Super easy to shop, and we've got the deal of the day for you in this hour, which I'm very excited about. So we're bringing you from the archive of Tattered Lace USBs. You've got number 39, number 40, number 43 and number, I want to say 57. There you go. So you've got all 4 of them. Now normally these we bring them back to you at $24.99 each. Sometimes we do a deal where we do 4 of them for $49.99. Then I did a thing last week where we did 4 of them for $29.99. And because this is our deal of the day this week, you're getting 4 of them for the price of 1. So you're paying for 1 and getting the other 3 free, which is amazing. Now I selected these out of the catalogue, and I know that all of them have charisma. If there was charisma made for the dies, the charisma will be with this. Now we were talking about Minecraft Studio earlier, and I came in and reread some of the comments. You don't get Minecraft Studio artwork with this, because this is from the archive. We didn't used to do that. I know we do it now, but we didn't do it then. So I scanned in one of the reflections, and you can take it into Minecraft Studio and change the colour, but it doesn't look right because it's scanning in the whole sheet, which doesn't quite work. And even if you did it on a piece of card, it would still see the piece of card, so it doesn't work. So unless there's specific Minecraft Studio for it, I'm going to say that it doesn't. These files aren't Minecraft Studio files, so it doesn't quite work like that. Right, what do I need to do about this? Instagram giveaway. What do they need to do, Lily, please?
So if you go over to our Instagram, there is a giveaway where you come in all the goodies that are in that basket behind you. It's rather quite nice. I'd quite like to enter, Mel. I don't know about
No,
you.
you're not allowed.
Oh.
You're not allowed because you work here. That's cheating. This is a free giveaway, and Espar are a beautiful brand. So in here you've got pink hair and scalp mud. You've got refining skin polish. You've got Optimal Skin Pro cleanser. You've got restorative bath and body oil. I love an oil. You've got your Optimal Skin Pro Serum. Oh, I definitely need this in my life. I wonder if we've got any more I can buy. We've got Atmospheric Mist. That's a little spray. Overnight Hydration Therapy. You've then got another moisturiser. That's going to be a lip bar, eye gel. And then in here, what's in here? It's like Christmas. Oh, you've got a crystal heart. Look at that. How lovely is that? Rose quartz, I believe. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And all you need to do is just enter the competition. Is it a competition?
On Instagram, yep. I believe you have to like and share the post.
Right, like and share the post on Instagram. There you go. How cool is that? And you get the basket as well.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see if we've got any more of those. I kind of need one. Oh, she's left me a note. This is our Emily. Promo in every show, please. Instagram giveaway at Highlight Crafts. Over £350 worth of Espar skincare. Told you it was a nice brand. Rules on how to enter are on the post. Love Emily. She's ace. Right, brilliant. Right, Anne Patmore. How long can glue gel stay in the syringe without any problems? Tar. Okay, so when you're using your glue gel, make sure that the lid is empty of glue. And then before you put the lid back on, just squeeze a tiny little bit so it comes out the top of the syringe. Put the lid on top of that, and that will then seal. Now, the little bit that you pushed out will dry. It'll create like a little plug. Then you just pull the plug out and you're good to go. So I hope that answers that question. Oh gosh, Anne, what a terrible situation. We ran out of tea bags. Oh, I know, right? But it's not right. It is serious. It's very serious when you run out of tea bags. You can't have that. Oh no, we can't be doing that. Right, let's have another look at this. So you are going to get 3D Decoupage Volume 2 with all of those gorgeous florals, but not just florals. You've got Poppy in there, who's this little girl dressed as a poppy. You've got a Tray of Love with all your decoupage layers. You've got florals in there. You've got Rosie. You've got Rita in there with her decoupage. You've got all your different florals. That embossed. I'm going to try and emboss that and see if I can hide the decoupage glue underneath it. I'm going to try that this afternoon. I think it's beautiful. Then you're also going to get all of these designs. So this is one of the ones that we've just seen. Now, a little note on this, because it threw me. So if it threw me, it'll probably throw you. When you go into these files, the file name isn't Magnolia Diamond. The file name is 3D Decoupage. So when you open up the 3D Decoupage section, that's where you'll find these. Because I opened it and I'm like, oh, blinking out, where is it? It's not there. It is. It's just inside a different folder. So you're getting all of that. You're also going to get your Christmas, which is just beautiful. This is where we got the snowflake from that we've just been manipulating and playing around with. You've got a whole host of different decoupage. The poinsettia is the one we're going to make tonight. I'm going to show you how to add foiling onto that, not in the way that you would probably expect. You've got a nested snow globe in there with another 8 snowflakes. I'll tell you, you won't ever need to buy snowflakes again, will you? Because you've got loads of different ones in there. You've got so much content, guys, and you know the quality of tattered lace. Every single one of these files will have been cut, because there used to be a bank of ScanNCuts at iHub, and all the team would sit there and it was continuous cutting, because unless it worked on a lower spec CM machine, we didn't put it on a USB. They can all be drawn, foiled and embossed as well. Then we go on to Best of Volume 1, where you've got some really cool stuff. You've got a burger and fries in there, you've got a hot dog, a milkshake, you've got ferns, you've got more florals, you've got a lovely little hamper, you've got a camper van, you've got a chef's hat, you've got some books, a barbecues, all sorts. A really lovely eclectic mix on this one. So you've got all of those. Then you've got this page as well with your with love, happy birthday, best wishes, gorgeous. Then we go on to something for everyone, and this again is a really eclectic mix. So you've got music, you've got nature, you've got cocktails, you've got a camper van, you've got a tent gone fishing, you've got wellies, you've got a bear with balloons, you've got all sorts. Just married, you've got the car in there as well. You've got the haunted house, you've got the home brewed, so you've got your magic wands and your cauldrons in there as well. And last but by no means least, you also get these as well. I have to cut that at some point. That's a cassette. Remember those? You've no idea what a cassette is, have you, Laura?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Used to get to 5 o'clock on a Sunday. Never used one. And we put it in the tape recorder and put the radio on. And at 5 o'clock on a Sunday, you had to be like that, poised, play and record. And you recorded the top 40. I know, right? How times have changed. Tell you what, if I could have go back in a heartbeat. Right, so that is your deal of the day. Please, please, please don't miss out on those. Another thing not to miss out on are these fine liners. We're going to use these later on tonight when I show you how to add foil to your poinsettia. I know, right? Don't make sense now, it will. So you're going to get 48 of them. These are superb quality. Shop fine. $19.99 is going to get you all 48. They work in a universal pen holder brilliantly, so you'll get your discount off that and your points back. Get that basket spent to over £35, and you won't pay any postage either. Lily, have those vinyl? Oh, there's still 2 of vinyl left. Right. So you get 10 sheets of holographic. I'm not going to spend more than 10 seconds on it. 10 sheets of holographic, 15 sheets of black and 15 sheets of white for $17.99. There are 2 satin baskets. Please check baskets out. Right, shall we go over here? I want to show you how to line up these detail designs for your foiling. What's coming up next, Lily?
It's you and David with a
Stamping
stamping sale.
sale, nice. Have we?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
All sorts on there.
Love that. Right, so let's pop this onto here. And let's pop that USB back into my ScanNCut. So this is one of the files from Winter Whispers. Beautiful. This is the extra large version. This is one of my favourite images of the year, this. For me, I think it's stunning. This is what I was talking about with your glue. Just poke a little bit out like that and then put it in your lid. But please make sure that there isn't glue like there is in mine. Can you see? There's tons of glue in there. That is not going to help matters. So you're going to get that glue out of there and then put that lid back on. Right, I'm not going to mess about with that now. Right, let's do this. So first of all, we need the file. So let's retrieve the information. Oh, come on, USB. Play ball. Bear with. Come on. Here we go. Are you there? USB? Not yet. Give us a minute to load, honestly. There we are. Right, so I need, where am I? Where have I put that? Reflection cut. All right, so we're going to bring this on. Oh no, I haven't put the detail one on. Blinking out, Melanie. Right, I'll have to do that tonight because I haven't put the detail one on. I put the reflection one on. Let me just check, honestly. Wow. Yeah, no, there's no other file there. So basically what you do is you'll do exactly what you do with your normal reflection, but you don't line it up with the rectangle, you line it up with the cross. Now, something else that threw me the other day when we were doing this for the first time, this cross might be up here on your cutting file or on your foiling file, and that's because of the way that Sophie has to lay it out to get the best out of the paper, because she can't do it that way because it's too wide. She can't go any higher because she's almost at the line anyway. So it might be that you need to group it and then rotate it. That's all right. You just make sure that you line up the cross. I promise you that will be the first thing we do at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm so sorry, honestly. I'm a nightmare. I'm thinking, oh yeah, brilliant, I've got it all sorted out, it'd be great. Wrong file. Standard.
Angela has asked if the vinyls are weatherproof because she wants to use them for bin numbers.
I can't answer that question categorically, but I would aquastone over the top and then they will be. So stick them on your bin, I'm sure they'll be fine. But we do aquastone varnish, just put a coat of varnish over the top and that'll keep them on. But yeah, it's a good quality vinyl, that as well. Right, my lovelies, I'm going through that wall to do a stamping sale with David. No idea what's on it, but I love stamping, so I'm very, very excited about that. Wonder how many of us got into crafting because of heat embossing. I know I certainly did. Right, go and grab yourself a quick cuppa. Me and David, so it'll be chaos and hilarious, probably, and I'll see you in a few minutes.